Back in those days, life was simple and filled with community. On weekends or after school, our parents brought home fresh njama-njama from the farm or market. And as a family, we sat together, selecting the leaves, laughing and chatting as we worked. After that, we children rushed to our chores while our mothers prepared the Fufu Corn, Njamanjama, and Khati Khati. By the time we were done, neighbors' kids had joined us, and we all played while the food cooked. That was the rhythm of our childhood. Family, laughter, and food at the center of it all. Today, I'm not just showing you how to make a meal. I'm taking you back home to Cameroon, to the heart of a culture where Fufu Corn, Njamanjama, and Khati Khati are more than just food. They are a story of family, tradition, and togetherness. So come with me into my kitchen and let's prepare the ultimate Cameroonian dish, Fufu Corn with Njamanjama and Khati Khati. Now, let me show you how I prepare Njamanjama the way I learned from my mom back home in Cameroon. It always begins with carefully selecting the leaves. I remember as children, we all sat together with our parents picking through the fresh greens, laughing and chatting as we worked. It was more than just cooking. It was family time. After selecting, we washed the leaves thoroughly, making sure we take off every bit of sand and soil from the farm. Once they're clean, we place them in a pot to boil, stirring gently so every part cooks evenly. We don't want them to be soft, just tender enough. Once boiled, we run the leaves through cold water, squeeze out the excess, and then slice them into small pieces. That way, every bite is light, easy, and delicious. Now, for flavor, we wash, prepare, and slice our tomatoes and onions, making sure we have other ingredients handy, like salt and Maggi to taste, and of course, habanero pepper for the kick. We also have our palm oil ready, or what we locally call in Cameroon, red oil. It gives the dish its rich and authentic taste. We heat the oil gently. When the oil is hot, we fry the onions. Then, we add tomatoes and stir. We cover the pot and let it sit for a bit until the sourness of the tomato disappears. That's how we know it's ready. We then add the habanero pepper, a pinch of salt, and some Maggi to taste. Then, we add in our already sliced njama-njama. Stir it well, cover it just for a short while, and it's done. Simple, flavorful, and full of memories. Every time I make this dish, it takes me back to those childhood days. The smell of red oil in the kitchen, the sound of laughter outside, and the joy of knowing a good meal was on the way. Now, let's move on to Khati Khati. For this, we use hard chicken, what we call country fowl back home in Cameroon. This chicken is different. It's so natural, rich in flavor, and full of taste. We start by roasting the chicken over fire, making sure the feathers burn off completely. The skin becomes dark, and that smoky aroma from the fire adds a flavor you just can't get anywhere else. That's the true taste of Khati Khati. After roasting, we slice the chicken, wash it well, and place it in a pot. Traditionally, we keep it simple, just salt, Maggi, pepper, and palm oil. But for more depth of flavor, I like to add a blend of onions, leeks, habanero pepper, ginger, and garlic. That extra touch makes it even more delicious. We add the blended ingredients into a pot, a good amount of red oil, and some water. Then we let it cook slowly until the chicken becomes soft and tender. The aroma begins to fill the air, reminding me of family gatherings and special meals shared together. We cook it down until most of the water has dried out, but not completely, just enough to keep it a little juicy, with that rich palm oil coating every piece. And that's it. Our Khati Khati is ready. Smoky, flavorful, and truly Cameroonian. Now to the Fufu Corn, the main accompaniment of Njamanjama and Khati Khati. Back home, this was always a process rooted in tradition. We would take actual corn to the grinding mill, bring it back, and carefully sieve it to remove any dirt or chalice. Those tiny grains left behind, once washed and clean, become the base of our fufu corn. We start by boiling enough water in a pot. Once it boils, we scoop some aside. We'll knead that later. In the pot, we add the clean chalice, stirring carefully so it stays smooth without lumps. Back home, we call this kende or seke, depending on where you come from. As it cooks, it begins to thicken and change color. Especially if you are using red corn, it transforms into that rich golden yellow. And then comes the trickiest part. With a sieved flour in hand, we add it into the pot and stir quickly, pulling the mixture towards us so it develops that soft, stretchy consistency. I remember how our dad of blessed memory would remind you before you cook fufu corn in the dialect. Kong, la laisin fo samrike banki jung beniki tang benada jung. Meaning in English, don't forget to pull that fufu corn so well so that it can be stretchy and perfect. If it feels too hard, that's where the water we set aside comes in. Add a little, cover the pot, and let it cook again. Stir, pull, and let it draw. This step takes enough strength, patience, and practice. Many people struggle with it, but when done right, the fufu becomes smooth, tender, and beautifully elastic. Once it's cooked through, you can serve it straight from the pot or shape it into loaves. Traditionally, we used plantain leaves, warmed over fire, washed and wrapped around the fufu. Nowadays, some people use small plastic bags to portion it out. Either way, the result is the same. The perfect partner for Njamanjama and Khati Khati. And when you put it together on one plate, oh my goodness. It's more than a meal. It's the taste of home, the taste of Cameroon, and a memory that stays with you forever. And there you have it. The ultimate Cameroonian meal. Fufu corn, njama-njama, and Khati Khati. For me, this isn't just food. It's a taste of home, of childhood memories, of family and togetherness. Every bite reminds me of those days filled with laughter, neighbors, and the warmth of community. You know, this meal is more than just food. It's a reminder of life itself. Just like Fufu Corn, Njamanjama, and Khati Khati comes together to create something unforgettable, our lives are made richer when we blend love, tradition, patience, and togetherness. Every challenge you face, every moment you savor, every connection you nurture, it all adds flavor to your story. So, cherish your roots, celebrate your journey, and never forget to gather around the table of life with joy and gratitude. I hope this recipe doesn't just fill your stomach, but also gives you a glimpse into the culture and tradition I grew up with in Cameroon. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can keep celebrating food, culture, and authentic living together. Until next time, stay connected, stay inspired, and keep the tradition alive. Cheers.